Person to watch in 2017 for me, definitely Virat Kohli. The way he's built a team in his own image, how much further can he take them? Everyone you talk to in the Indian dressing room mentions what an influence he's been, especially in terms of implementing that fitness ethic. And 18 matches unbeaten now. Let's see how much further he can take this Indian side.
Though Peter Handscomb has played just 2 Test matches, he already has a 50 and 100 under his belt. And for someone like Matthew Wade and Peter Neville being inconsistent in the Test format, Peter Handscomb be a type of player who can give you an option behind the stumps too.
The person to look forward to for 2017 is Mithali Raj, India's India women's captain. The Women's World Cup is next year, and she has already handed over the T20 captaincy to Harmanpreet Kaur. So, how is it going to affect her form? How is she going to be able to break the hold that Australia, New Zealand, and England have over the world titles in women's cricket?
KL Rahul has been one of the young finds of this year and has scored centuries across all formats. He is one to look out for, and the moment for me was the World T20 double-header in Mohali. There's a great opportunity that needs to be tapped, and BCCI should smell the coffee fast.
Matt Renshaw's nascent Test career isn't suggestive of great big things because he doesn't have the numbers just yet. But when you look at him and you see a lot of Matthew Hayden in the way he goes about his run scoring and just how calm and composed this youngster is very uplifting. And I think in the future we'll get to see why he was picked at such a young age to open for Australia.
I think Ricky Ponting has given a lot of these radical suggestions, including I think he was the first person to suggest the toss be taken off. That was implemented in county cricket with some success, and the idea of the limiting bat sizes, he's been quite vocal about it.
I think the player to look forward to in the coming year is Joe Root. Having already proved himself as an all-format player, it will be interesting to see if he can dispel burnout claims in one of England's busiest seasons. With the Champions Trophy and a full series against South Africa and West Indies, and an equally action-packed winter with the Ashes and a full series against New Zealand, Root will have to battle out both mental and physical fatigue. Add to it his expected succession of Alistair Cook as England's Test captain, be it in the near future or sometime during the year.
Jayant Yadav's seamless transition to Test cricket showcased his obvious all-round skills, but more than that for me what stood out was his mind. Even long before he had made it as an international cricketer, he had a really even temperament, and I think that is going to help him evolve further as a cricketer, especially being in the mix in the Indian side when spin might play a good part.
One person to watch out for next year will be Harmanpreet Kaur. She's been the face of Indian women's cricket both at home and abroad, featuring in ads. She's been part of the WBBL, and in a World Cup year she'll have a big part to play. She's a role model for girls these days, and she can be the kind of role model that Mithali Raj was to the previous generation.
My player to watch next year is Steyn to see how he manages his workload. He had a rough 2016, starting off with a shoulder injury and ending with another shoulder injury. He's planning a return to international cricket in June, but he may have to drop his pace a bit to keep himself fit.
After the England series, India have a bit of a selection headache, but that's maybe not good news for Rohit Sharma. He was ruled out of the series because of an injury, and India found replacements in his place in the middle order thereafter, potential replacements. Ahead of the New Zealand series, the management had maintained that they would like to give Rohit an extended run of games. The question now is, given all that's panned out since, will they still do that? It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to the most in 2017 will be MS Dhoni. Virat Kohli is at the peak of his popularity and game, and it will be interesting to see how Dhoni holds his own with the ODI team and the T20I team. He has already made his intentions clear of playing the 2019 World Cup, but I guess the Champions Trophy 2017 will decide his future as a player and also as a captain.
Well, it's not a cricketer that I'm looking forward to when it comes to 2017. It's Justice R.M. Lodha and the Supreme Court, and to see where they end up. The tussle between them and the BCCI has of course been going on. You wonder how far the BCCI can take this fight, because they are after all fighting or arguing against the highest lawmaking authority in the country. So it's probably going to be Supreme Court's victory in the end and Lodha's victory but to see exactly how that story unfolds is going to be fascinating.